How's it going, guys? Today I have an amazing review for you. This is on the ship I call the Trinity. It has no particular purpose behind that name. I just liked how it sounded. It is, in my opinion at least, the first ship that I have built that is worthy of going up on the Steam Workshop if I were to do so. If you don't know what that is, it's where people put their best space engineers creations for other people to use. It looks like it could go on there, in my opinion. It just, look at that, in the light too, it looks so good. But that's beside the point. It's massive, it's heavy, it can go Earth and space. It's pretty slow on Earth though. It's because the ship weighs 11 million, I think, kilotons, and it only has like the equivalent of 12 million kilotons of thrust. So when there's no gravity, it works great, but on Earth it's pretty slow. But it can go to Earth. I have tested it and it does work, so that's pretty cool, I think. And something special about this ship, at least for me, I have made use of brand new blocks that I have never used before, and it gives my ship so much more detail, in my opinion. It looks so cool. We've got 15 thrusters on the bottom, 5 in this direction, a bunch on the side. We've got these little pods that go out. We've got this room right here, which if you haven't been paying close attention to, you might not have noticed. It's a control station that from far away kind of becomes invisible if you are far enough away. Like if someone were to attack us from this distance, they most likely wouldn't know there was a control station there. So that's pretty cool, I think. We've got spotlights on either side. We've got, my favorite feature of the ship is this viewing deck. So we've got a viewing deck, of course, and it doubles as like a secondary control room. The ship is fully oxygenated. We've got 12 hangar doors, so it's a 12 by 2, so it can fit quite a few small grid ships on either side. So that's pretty cool. Both doors open, you could do a flyby if you wanted to. It's pretty cool. We've got 2 airlocks on either side, and then of course up here, which is I think my favorite view for the ship too. If you were to get up here, you can just see everything. It's pretty cool. Makes you feel kind of small. But then we've also got the other door right here. Right here. And this gets you access to the ever so elusive crew quarters that you couldn't see, not crew quarters, control room that you couldn't see earlier. So something cool that I learned while building this ship is that these LCD panels, they can be used to display stats. So I'll do a quick flight real fast. This won't be a demonstration or anything. It is just to show you what this panel can do. So it's meant for like crew members and stuff. If we have people who are just chilling, sitting, they can tell you what the flight speed is if you're not paying attention or something like that. Pretty cool. We've got great seats for great viewing. Extra flight stations here. These really aren't meant for flying, particularly because 2 of these have a backwards view. It's really meant for if you wanted to control like the jump drive or something, you could do it from here and not have the captain worry about it. But yeah, we've got an analog clock too. I'm recording this at 10:14 a.m. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's pretty much it for the flight station up here. We've got a directory right here, which is pretty cool. This is the airlock. I'll show you guys that real fast. It's nothing special. It is just an airlock. So I just wanted to have a designated room for it, and it works pretty well if you ask me. And we've got the directory here, so the control station, like I said, up there that way, and the kitchen, which is right here. Once again, nothing special. You sit here, I always like to say it, you get the best view of the ship, in my opinion. I mean, just look at that. It's such a good view. Anyways, I'll leave this seat now. Looking at the directory, through this door right here, you've got access to the crew quarters, the medical station, and storage. So I'll show you guys that real fast. The reason I designed this ship, it was meant to be like a heavy transporter, so it would be like, kind of like, it's got a massive hangar, right? So it's really, in my opinion, meant to be like a big transporter for ships, but it doesn't do a lot of cargo. I don't have any cargo space on this ship. It can barely fly on Earth as is, so I don't need to add millions of pounds of cargo. But yeah, we've got quite a few armories, locker storage. This is the storage I was talking about. Each person can theoretically store 1,000 times, I guess this is also a locker, so 3,000 liters of storage in here. I think it's 3,000. Is this also 1,000? Yeah, so you got 3,000 liters of storage in here. So it works out pretty well. You got quite a bit of storage per person. We've got, I believe, 6 beds right here. They don't have a view to the outside of the ship. Extra protection, you know. We've got 3 bathrooms. Oh, which are not oxygenated. We will have to fix that. Alright guys, I fixed it. The problem was the conveyor belt system for the thrusters was making us lose oxygen, but as you can see in the bottom corner, we are back. These bathrooms no longer have doors, mainly because of the railing, but I got around that just by thinking, hey, you know what? Space station, you guys are all bros anyways. Barely anyone can see you taking a dump, so you're all good. That's my theory behind it. It's okay. It's one flaw in this massive ship, so it's okay. Anyways, this is the med bay kind of area. Survival kit, of course, one on either side. Quite a few medical stations, 6 to be exact, 1 for each bed. More whatever you call these, vents, sorry. We've got 8 cryo chambers, which is pretty cool, because I didn't want to have 8 beds. I have just enough beds for 6 crew members, and then we have like 2 or 3 people flying the ship, so we've got quite a few cryo chambers just for that purpose, and they're all hooked up to oxygen, so they're all good to go. And here's another angle for viewing the ship if you want. It's a back view, so it's pretty cool. It doesn't give you the full view of the ship, but it does work, and it's an extra control station in case you run into any trouble through the other 2 control stations, which we will be going to right now, the other control station actually. But before we do that, we will go through the reactor. And this room is also pretty cool. It's all yellow, except for the ceiling, of course. But we've got quite a few cargo containers you get access. You can put ice in here or whatever you want to put into here and store stuff through there. It's all hooked up to pipes, so it'll all go to the reactor and the thrusters. They are all hooked up on the same system. This is the main one if you just want to go to the reactor. You can put your uranium in here, and we've got 2 reactors going on. Before I do that, I will show you this control panel right here. Access to the reactor, you can turn them on and off, and access to the thruster, you can turn them on and off. Pretty cool if you ask me. Go through this door, and here's the reactor room. It's a little harsh on the eyes, sorry about that, but that is what we are working with. Yeah, pretty cool if you ask me. You're going to see a little bit of piping down here. We got a glass view so you can see. That's pretty much it for the reactor room. And now we are going to move on to one of the coolest rooms in the ship, in my opinion, other than the control room for the bottom controls. This little hangar viewing deck right here. You could see all the ships come in, and it's so cool. So you raise these hangars, and you get like a great view if you have a ship come in and stuff. It's pretty cool. You can direct them. It's just for like, if you want to play like an actual game with someone, you can direct the ships and stuff. It's pretty cool if you ask me. And you can close them from here, and you get access to the thrusters as well. So you got quite a bit of power at that station. And then we are going down to the bottom room, which, oh, hang on, this door, all it does is give you access to this right here. So it's pretty cool still. But that's all it does. So now we're going to go down to one of my favorite rooms on this ship, the bottom control area / view deck. So you've got, of course, one control station, which is still pretty cool. And then we've got 2 little flight stations, which, like I said, just like the control room upstairs, they're really just meant for, like, if you run into any trouble, you could have them run the jump drive or something. And then we've got blueprint right here, of course. Chairs to sit around and look at the blueprint if you want. A nice view of the front, where we are actually. And then a nice view of the ship once again. It looks fantastic. Exit there. We've got these statistics right here, which are pretty cool. This one tells you the weather. This one tells you how much energy and fuel you have. Right now we have 100 hydrogen and we are using 0 energy, which is all true, I think. I'll take a look at that real fast just to make sure it's right. It is right. That's awesome. This one shows you the gravity. This is artificial gravity, so it's from our generators. This is planetary gravity. We're not on a planet, so we don't have any gravity. And yeah, velocity down here too. That's it. That is it for the tour as well. That is all there is to show you on the ship. So I will give you guys a quick flight demo real fast if you want one. So it speeds up pretty quickly. It doesn't have a very fast 0 to 60. I don't know if that's how you measure ships. That's how you measure cars, so I'll just do it. It doesn't have the fastest 0 to 60, but it doesn't need to be super fast. It is highly maneuverable though. That is just one turn of the mouse. It does a pretty good job of moving. I like how it moves at least. And then yeah, it's about to get up to its max speed, which is 100 meters a second. Pretty cool. If you look in the bottom corner of the screen right there, at the weight, it is, like I said, it is 10 million, sorry, it's not 11 million, 10.8 kilograms, I guess, kilograms of weight. So it is not quite to the level that I thought it would be, but it's still pretty heavy. And we just have barely enough thrust to do so. So yeah, that's it for the tour, guys. The one thing I don't like about this ship is, of course, all the thrust is visible through the walls, but that's okay. Thanks for watching. This is the best ship I've made so far. It's only going to go up from here, I think. So yeah, stay tuned for future ships. See ya!